hell's he doing?
He thinks he can control us with terror.
Solid copy, I got you 6. Let's move.
He thinks he exists outside the law.
No clean shot of the target. Stand by. I'll call out your shots.
He thinks he can't be touched. But the last thing to ever go through his mind is my bullet.
He's down.
We are the elite.
Oh, hello there.
We don't do our job because we have to. We do it.
Go, go, go!
Because we're the only ones who can.
Target in sight.
There are soldiers.
Fire!
And then there are snipers.
They're going down, they're going down!
He was right. It all looks completely untouched.
Ben, something's not right. I'm seeing a massive radiation spike down there.
She's waking up.
In Echo, you must survive the strange workings of the palace. It studies everything you do, everything you are, to use it against you.
What is this?
That's you, Em.
The Echoes are exact copies in every way. They behave like you, and only do the things you do. So it's the way you play the game that shapes your enemy. Every interaction, every movement has consequence. But it's only once your behavior diverges enough from the current Echoes, and the palace reboots, that the Echoes will be updated. So when the light returns, you'll be facing its newest version of you. Reborn with all the choices you made in the last cycle.
They learn from me. They do what I do.
The palace watches everything you do in the light. But in the darkness, as it reboots, it is blind, and you are free to act without consequence. The only way the Echoes never change is that they'll always want to kill you, but you decide which tools they have at their disposal. If you cease to do something, so will they after the next blackout. Always stay a step ahead of the Echoes, and keep a cool head if you want to survive the palace.
Some people play games to relax. Some play for fun.
Others just want a game to f them till they love it. From Software comes Dark Souls. In a world where new games are as easy as you want them to be, one franchise dares to return to gaming's roots. It's frustrating, impossible to control, weird-ass Japanese roots. Play through all 3 action RPGs that are challenging in the same way breaking bricks with your flaccid penis is challenging. There's Demon Souls, the hipster one people pretend they played. Dark Souls, the flawed masterpiece. And Dark Souls 2, the one where it's pretty clear they ran out of ideas. When you're sick of having your hand held by today's AAA titles, take on the AAA version of Cat Mario, with hardcore features like no recharging health bars, no minimap, no explanation for how most of the game works, and no pause button. Because if you're gonna beat these things, you can forget about doing anything else. Not now, Daddy's working! But you don't have to go it alone. Join with a community of other hateful masochists as they cover the ground in random messages, or more likely, troll you to death, or even more likely, gank you into oblivion. Get lost in beautiful scenery that you will actually get lost in, full of NPCs with a dark sense of humor. One totally out-of-place optimist, and some of gaming's most epic bosses that you'll take down with 100 perfectly timed butt pokes in a row. Woohoo! Praise the sun, y'all! Experience the games reviewers said were hard but never unfair, then realize that's total bullshit as you fall victim to bad camera control, lag, and the game's own horrible collision detection. Because when it comes to Dark Souls, bugs are just features that make it more extreme. Prepare to die while mastering your own unique playstyle as a fat tank who's too slow to dodge anything, a speedy rogue who's too weak to block anything, or unlock the game's hidden easy mode as a magic user who cheeses spells from a distance. Ugh, casuals. So traverse the white light and fulfill your destiny as one of the a-holes who won't shut up about beating the game. Oh, good for you! Do it with a Rock Band controller, then we'll talk.
Don't kill me!
Okay, wow. Starring Amaterasu, It's Always Sunny in Astoria, Steve Buscemi, Groot, Farley and Spade, Hello Kitty, Smog, Lindsay Lohan, and Super Meat Boy, Dark Souls. Look, I know I died. You don't have to keep telling me. Be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching our Honest Game trailer. Dark Souls 3. Dive back into the action RPG series that hates you almost as much as you love it, as you hack, slash, and inevitably die your way through the unforgiving world of Dark Souls one more time, until you give up and run past everything to find the next bonfire. What? We all do it. Settle in for another storyline you barely understand despite being the third game in the series, as you repeatedly roll your way through the aggressively monotone world of Lothric, or is it Lordran, Lando Calrissian, and quest to murder all the Lords of Cinder in order to, light a fire? Actually, let me just look this up real quick.
When Gwyn linked the fire and banished dark, man became much less. He says that man assumed a fleeting form.
Well, that cleared up absolutely nothing. Get ready for the most self-referential Souls game yet, as the third game desperately tries to recall everything you liked about the first one, featuring the Firelink Shrine, an Orlando, Andre the Smith, Onion Bro, Praising the Sun, Depressed Night Guy, dragons breathing fire on bridges, those asshole knights with the giant arrows, and that absolute bastard Patches.
What's happened, friend?
Then breathe a sigh of relief as you notice that practically nothing from the second game is coming back, except a tedious gimmick boss fight against a giant, because who didn't love that part? Then shudder in horror as you realize that this game has no less than 3 separate poison swamp areas. Because f*** you, that's why. Prepare to die all over again in what might be the hardest Souls game yet, as all your series experience won't stop you from getting smashed, stabbed, tossed off bridges, covered in blood-sucking maggots, and fondled by terrifying abominations. Then get ready to be brutally sodomized by some of the tensest boss fights in Souls game history, where you can't even get out of the tutorial area without getting destroyed by a giant. Every new boss sends you into a controller-shattering rage spiral, and you barely survive their savage blows by furiously chugging your magical Gatorade, then die anyway because your camera gets stuck inside a wall or something. Yeah, this seems totally fair. Experience the extremely minor changes Dark Souls 3 makes to the established formula, like special weapon techniques that you'll completely ignore, purple summon signs that you'll never touch, and a covenant system that'll have you changing belief systems faster than a freshman religion major. Then cringe in frustration as you realized they haven't fixed any of the buggy bullshit these games have had since day one. So hang up your top hat, grab your Moonlight Greatsword, and get ready to praise the sun one last time. And remember, it doesn't matter how bad you are at the actual game, you can still talk about it on the internet. Starring, here comes the Maiden in Black, Armor Shrek, Mr. Steal Your Treasure, Andre the Giant, Blacksmith, A Real Bummer, Prince Joffrey, and Ash Ketchum. Dork Souls 3, Get Good Edition. You thought praising the sun was all that? Try praising the moon. Yeah, baby. Be sure to subscribe for more honest game trailers